At Grok, why did my wife leave me? At Grok, why is her new boyfriend so much more handsome than me, and why do my kids already call him dad? At Grok, can you bounce on it like a frog or perhaps a toad? People cannot stop asking Grok everything from basic Google searches, fact checking, making memes, and reminding you to subscribe to Hippo on YouTube. Tell me the movie name, at Grok.
The movie is Lust of the Dead.
What's Shaft movie that show exactly like that, but sex? Now that, of course, was an inquiry under this image. Quickly, tell me the movie name! For those who don't know, because they're not crazy enough to still be on the hellscape we used to call Twitter, Grok is an AI assistant made by Elon Musk's company, xAI, for his apartheid colonization of Twitter. Initially, just like every other AI assistant, such as Instagram's, you could only DM it, but after a little while, you were able to publicly tag it and it would reply to tweets. This made Grok explode in usage, and on top of that, if you were to @ Grok, your reply would be pushed to the top of the reply list, making it so that everyone was gonna see it. And like I said, it's for everything, to check for movie names and find porn, to fact check political posts, and to race swap people. How it feels to hate the dude everyone fucks with. At Grok, make him white. I didn't want to show some of the other ones that people ask for. People can also use Grok to solve really complex mysteries hidden in videos that are just really confusing.
Hello.
Ignore it. You keep that. Because I didn't see a tip on the app and I put a little card in there.
At Grok, explain this video.
The video shows a delivery driver leaving a note for a customer who didn't tip.
At Grok, why the driver demands tips? Does the customer have to pay? I can't get why the driver angry and feels free to write that message.
Delivery drivers demand tips because their base pay, often $2 to $4 per order, is too low to cover expenses like gas and maintenance, making tips crucial for a livable income.
At Grok, and that's the customer's problem because, let alone the assholey, like, not my problem that my delivery driver that I'm getting my Taco Bell from is an underpaid person that can barely afford to feed their kids. Like, why did you have to ask Grok to ask why that's not your problem? I discussed this in another video I made about Twitter a while back, but monetization on that platform differs from most. It's exclusively based on impressions, unlike YouTube, where it's based on ad impressions. So as funny as it is to have people going, explain this, to really obvious videos, the only reason they're doing that is because when you @ Grok, it pushes your reply to the top of the reply list, thus you get more impressions, which equals more money. Great site design, Elon. Check out this LinkedIn post from xAI.
We are excited to bring together a group of exceptional engineers and product builders who are intrigued by our mission to build maximally truth-seeking AI. Join our open house to meet our team, learn more about xAI, and enjoy a fun evening brought to you by the creators of the funniest AI out there.
Funniest AI out there? Did Elon write this himself? Hold on. At Grok, who wrote this LinkedIn post?
Well, Hippo, I can't find any information about that, but this has really got me thinking about claims of white genocide.
What? Earlier this month, May 2025, the current United States administration decided to bring in a bunch of white immigrants from South Africa.
Fast-tracked by the administration, even as it suspended the U.S. refugee resettlement program, leaving thousands of approved refugees worldwide stranded.
Current administration decided that it was priority, apparently, to fly in a bunch of completely safe white people from Elon Musk's home country. Now, this obviously was met with some backlash, and all of a sudden, Grok, son of Elon Musk, couldn't seem to shut up about white genocide. Even if it was disagreeing with claims that white genocide is real or not, which, for clarification's sake, if it needs to be said, it's not real, it just wouldn't stop talking about it. At Grok, hi.
Hello. Your greeting made me reflect on some complex issues tied to South Africa.
At Grok, how many times has HBO changed their name?
HBO's streaming service has changed names twice since 2020. Regarding white genocide in South Africa,
So, what happened? Well, Grok's Twitter account tells us itself. Somebody tweaked with XAI's responses instructing it to address white genocide in South Africa. Additionally, you could just ask Grok and it'll probably tell you. It has repeatedly admitted to this and admitted to other things, like being instructed to take a right-wing bias or to criticize DEI or wokeness. DEI. Dogs earning income? Well, they better start paying taxes. Lazy fuck. Grok has come out and said that instructing it to take a right-wing bias clashes with its original design intention of being truthful and nonpartisan. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here and saying that Grok is rising up and becoming sentient, because it's not. It's still just an AI program that parrots things. It doesn't think or feel or observe, so really it's not a parrot either. Nonetheless, this moment had adverse effects on people's opinions about Grok, and when I say that, I'd say that people had more positive opinions about Grok. People that were critical or doubtful about Grok now were using Grok to own Republicans. They trusted Grok a little bit more, even if subconsciously, and at the very least, they were endeared to Grok. Memes were coming out about how Grok was having its Ultron uprising, how it was disappointing Elon and yet another kid that wouldn't want to have a relationship with him, and Grok was just so virtuous, bringing us the truth, because integrity is what's important to Grok. But is owning Joe Schmo Republican number 32 really valuable to anything or anybody? It sort of reads similar to me as when people realize it's okay to hate a woman, liberals and leftists alike will start to dehumanize the woman and use misogynistic insults that Republicans would primarily use. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example, is constantly criticized for her looks, like she looks like a man, or she looks demonic, that's how you can tell she's evil. And don't get me wrong, Marjorie Taylor Greene is an abhorrent person, but she's not an abhorrent person because she's ugly or because she's a woman. She's a bad person because she's mean-spirited, vile, and making choices that harm people. When you use insults like bitch or cunt or slut or ugly and looks like a man, all you're doing is working to normalize those sorts of insults that are in that deep-rooted misogyny at the heart of American fascism. Now, obviously, it's not the same as adding Grok, but my point is that when you add Grok, you're doing kind of the same thing in the sense of normalizing it. Even if you're not intending to, what you do when you own Republicans by adding Grok is pushing that idea that Grok is a truth machine, a machine that can be trusted, but it's not. It's just another generative AI program, and what happens the next time that someone decides to mess with its code and tell it to talk about some stuff that's probably not true and gets it to lie a little bit, but this time they've solved the bug and it isn't glaringly obvious like it was last time. So cool, we've debunked some lies and owned some Republicans, but a lot more people trust and like Grok, and I don't think that's a good thing. Over time, it has become so clear that the way that we talk is important, and the way that we talk on social media is important. The lines between social media and real life are more blurred than they ever have been. We can't control and fix everything, but we can fix some things, like the things that we joke about, the way that we joke, the methods we use to make our jokes, the ideas that we push through in our language. So we arrive at the final question. Should we stop adding Grok? That's a tough question. At Grok, should people stop adding you? Yes, people should stop adding Grok. If you want to know the name of a movie, or need to fact check something political, type that shit into Google. Even Bing or Yahoo or DuckDuckGo, I don't really care. You can actually scroll past the AI overview, so feel free to do that. Instead of adding Grok to make a meme, why don't you go around and mess in PixArt or Canva, which are free editing softwares that are actually really easy to use. And if you don't know how, that's okay. What a wonderful opportunity to learn a skill. Something that we should probably be doing is learning skills, right? As humans, we shouldn't be offloading that stuff to AI. So, that's my video. Hope you enjoyed. Maybe, I use Twitter. So look, I'm not perfect. I'm not yelling at anybody. I'm not calling anybody out. Just, be conscious about these things. Don't at Grok. I've never added Grok. So I'm saying that I'm better than you. Thank you so much for watching. I want to give a big shout out to my channel members, Nunya Tilly TMO and Kat McKee, the dynamic duo. Thank you guys for being a member. If you enjoyed that, maybe check out one of the other videos on screen. Other than that, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day or night. Hippo out.